Hello everyone, this is Jim Okrasinski with an instructional video covering the annotated bibliography. So I want to make sure that this video is current. So there's been a tad bit of a delay in pulling together this particular video. But nonetheless, I'm going to explain the way through the instructions here. At the same time, provide you an example and a little bit of commentary on that. So be aware. This is one of the two big assignments for COM 102. The purpose here is to define the scope and establish the research about a focused topic. So your focused topic, once again, is coming out of exercise 1.5. This is the topic you are going to be researching and writing about throughout the semester. The annotated bibliography is designed to put together the quality research so that you have a background and you have the information available to you to be able to write a thorough research essay. The final draft of the research essay is going to be in that 2,000 to 2,500 word category. So you must have quality source information in order to carry that conversation for that long. So let's get started. So the minimum requirements on this is 6 to 8 sources. You begin with an introduction, your focused research question, followed by a well-crafted paragraph explaining background information about your interest in this question and its significance. I estimate a good introduction to be about 250 to 300 words. Now, you need a minimum of 6 to 8 sources. Some of you already have some pretty good sources. You've been working with the exercises and uncovering some sources, but these are about your research topic. Now, I'll go through the categories in a minute. However, you do need to have those citations along with annotations. Now, I estimate that a minimum of 6 sources with a well-developed annotation should be about 1,250 to 1,500 words, and then a conclusion. Conclusion should be at least a couple hundred words to carry that conversation and wrap it up and move on. So there are 4 categories listed here that are required as part of your annotated bibliography. The first category is sources from the Academic Search Complete, the Moraine Valley Library database. It's right there on the library page. It's Academic Search Complete is the main general topic database. Okay, you can look for books, edited articles from journals, scholarly or technical, if you can understand the content there. But you also can search magazine and newspaper articles. They've got some videos in the library resources. The great thing about the databases is that you can't export citations right through the library site. So you need to have at least 1 or 2 from these 4 categories. Now, the next category is an internet source. These are your typically unpublished, generalized websites. Some of them in certain topic areas can carry some really significant information and are reliable and credible. This is where you have to determine how reliable and credible that particular source is. And discussion board number 9 in that activity, what's a credible source? The information in a curious researcher gives you a framework of determining how internet sources are reliable and credible. The third category here is multimedia sources. So I think it's important to for all of us now that a lot of good source information comes in the visual presentations like TED or documentary and films, YouTube videos. If they happen to add something relevant and of quality for your topic, 1 or 2 multimedia sources might work for you. Now, the category that seems to trip everybody up is the living sources or fieldwork category. Now, it's important to read that section in the textbook. You'll give an overview of how to provide an interview. It's a good source of information depending upon your topic. You can complete a survey with about 5 to 6 questions using Google Forms and distribute it among your social media outlets depending upon your topic. It is not an unreachable goal to have one or the other from this category. The most important part of this, the priority here, is for you to begin early with this. Any interviews and any surveys that you want to include as an official source for your annotated bibliography must be completed. The interview must be done, and you'll write a summary about that interview, just like any other source. The survey must be completed and tabulated, and the results must be discussed and summarized in your annotation. All right, so I want to make that clear. So, with all of this being said, an annotated bibliography, it will provide you the source information, the information for your research essay. So, here I have an example at the bottom of the instructions. You can look at this at any time. We have the topic here in the introduction, okay? Then you have an annotation, and then the 1, 2, 3-part annotation here. Who the author is, summary of the article, and the relevancy. What I mean here is you have the citation, MLA citation right here, okay? Then we roll to the next category. You have an MLA citation and then the annotation here. And this continues for the number of sources in this particular annotated bibliography. This might be an older one where I was requiring 8 to 10 sources, but anyway, the idea here is for you to get a visual on what an annotated bibliography should look like. You have citations with a hanging indent and all the information. 1, 2, 3 parts as described in the What's the Annotation section in the modules, and we continue on down. Now you'll see how a pattern develops here in the annotations and the citations, okay? Here was an interview. This is a good way of handling an interview. And once again, more citations and annotations for printed material. So this would be a good example of an annotated bibliography. As you can see, this is an extensive document. It's not something you can put together in 2 or 3 days. I have lessened the activity around the discussion boards for the next couple of weeks so that you can devote some time to working on that bibliography. All right. If you have any questions or issues, please contact me early. Thank you.